Okay, hi everyone, and thank you for joining us for CalWORKs Peer Mentoring 2.0, Collaborate, Listen, Back with a New Invention. We are a team from the Glendale Community College CalWORKs program, and I'll let the team introduce themselves.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited to be here. My name is Marina Abrahamian. I am a CalWORK student and I am a peer mentor from the first cohort.
Hi, everyone. I am Knarik Gevorkian. I'm so happy to be here. I am also one of the first cohort peer mentors in CalWORKs office.
Hi all, I'm Yelena. I'm a GCC CalWORK student and I'm also a peer mentor from the second cohort. And welcome, thank you.
Hello everyone, I am Armenuhi. I'm a brand new peer mentor at Glendale Community College and I'm super excited to join this wonderful team. Thank you.
Welcome everybody, my name is Mirna Nachar and I'm the academic counselor for our wonderful students. Thank you.
And my name is Karen too. I am a case manager with our program and I will be your host and your guide for our workshop today. So here's a brief overview of what we'll discuss. Mirna and I will talk about the programming, logistical, administrative side of our peer mentor program. And then we'll really get into the heart of our workshop today, our peer mentors, hearing from them in their own voices and how they really stepped into their power with this work. We'll have some closing remarks and then questions from you, the audience. And now I will pass the mic over to Mirna to give a brief description about our program and Glendale College.
Thank you, Karen. So who are our CalWORK students at Glendale Community College? Well, to start off, if you haven't visited our campus, we're located in Southern California, not too far from the Pasadena Rose Bowl and the NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory. Yes, JPL is right behind our campus, not too far. We are the largest CalWORKs program. We have 3 case managers serving our credit students and 1 case manager serving our non-credit students at Garfield, which is our sister campus. We also have 1 full-time academic counselor, that would be me, and 1 adjunct career counselor serving close to 400 students. Some of their academic goals include completing ESL courses, certificates, certifications for employment, general associate's degree or associate degrees for transfer. And I guess a fun fact, an exciting fact, currently we have students awaiting to hear back from university admissions offices, such as the USC campus, CSU Northridge, CSU Los Angeles, and several others. Most of our students are immigrant refugees. Languages spoken by our students include Armenian, Russian, Spanish, Bulgarian, and also Farsi. Currently, we have 261 students in credit and 123 non-credit students. So most of our students, based according to our data collected by our institutional research, in 2020, the percentage of credit students with dependents is less than students with no children. For non-credit students, the percentage of students with dependent students is less than students with no dependent. However, the number of non-credit students with dependent children is higher than credit students with dependents. Keeping these numbers in mind, we found the need to create a way to stay connected and encourage our students to continue their academic journey. So why did we create the CalWORKs Peer Mentors program? We started this back in spring of 2020 when COVID happened, right when it hit, right in March. I think the latter part of the spring semester is how long it took us to decide what to do, how to stay connected with our students, and how are we going to achieve it, and why and how. There were all these questions that we had in our minds, and keeping that in mind, we wanted to make sure we engaged with our students and also keep them engaged. So we also wanted to keep our students in the know and the knowing that we are still here for them during this virtual environment. Yes, that was spring 2020. Now we're spring 2022. So we have learned so much since then, and we continue to not reinvent, but create opportunities for our students. And now this is where I'm going to turn it over to Karen so we can learn a little bit more about what our research says and how we use that research for us to create our program. Karen?
Great, thank you, Mirna. So with these questions guiding us as we embarked on this new project, because it was brand new, we wanted to first see what kind of information was out there, what research, what data, and if other colleges had done peer mentoring specifically for parenting students. FYI, the answer is no, not really. And here are some of the key findings. So peer mentors had a positive and significant impact on first-generation low-income college students. So that was huge. That was the information that we really wanted to know, because as Mirna already described, that's the majority of our students. Having a peer mentor helped students to build a sense of self-efficacy and achievement so that, you know, if they saw their peer mentor doing something, they too internalize like, yes, I can do that as well. Students with peer mentors reported a higher sense of student engagement, again, going back to one of our guiding questions, and there was a strong correlation between engagement, retention, and goal attainment. So those were some of our own goals within our program. Peer mentors also provided a level of insight into the college experience that, you know, Mirna and myself as faculty and staff, that we just didn't have student to student. And the peer mentoring relationship was really successful when there's two major components. Number one, quality logistical support. So knowing when and where and how to refer a student to financial aid or academic counseling or other community services. And the second one was having all the foundational elements of a healthy, positive relationship. So mutual trust, empathy, and respect. So year one, what we did was formed a steering committee in the summer of 2020 because we wanted to start this program for the fall 2020 school year. So within our steering committee, we had Erin Edwards, our director, Mirna, myself, a few other staff members, and one student, our first peer mentoring student. And that was really important to us because we really wanted to co-create and co-design this program with students in mind, right? Because it was about our students, so we didn't want to kind of just do something for them. We really wanted them to be a part of this process. We were also lucky enough that we got some inspiration and guidance from an existing peer mentoring program on our campus. We made sure that our peer mentors were compensated. So they are paid through CalWORKs work study funds. And we provide ongoing support and training. So one-on-one mentoring with a staff or faculty member, and then weekly group trainings. So the second year, and you know, we had a second year, which was great. So what did we learn? How do we keep going? What did we do differently? So one of the first things we did was really listen. We listened a lot, and that led to exciting projects, changes and adjustments that we made. So one of the big things was that every GCC CalWORKs parenting student has a peer mentor. So when we first started, it was, you know, a student who was brand new to the program, brand new to the college, or identified as needing some extra attention. But with the feedback and with the, you know, deep listening to what our students needed, every student now has a peer mentor. And that decision really led to an increase of collaboration between our peer mentors and staff and faculty. Really having peer mentors bridge that gap between students and the college community, and working on, again, exciting new projects that would help improve the overall college experience for our students. We added more students to our steering committee. So we started with one, now we have 3 student representatives on the steering committee. Our peer mentors are also involved in the hiring process, which again was really important, really, again, going back to co-designing and co-creating this program, because they made important decisions on who to bring on board as a new peer mentor. We also worked on a peer mentor guidebook. So we have something in writing, a training manual that's used by our brand new peer mentors, but also our established peer mentors and staff and faculty. Peer mentors also are now leading training teams. So our more established peer mentors from our first cohort, they're designing what the training looks like as well. And something that's pretty new for us, we are in the process of developing, again, more feedback loops, feedback processes. So performance, maybe 360 evaluations of our peer mentors, what's working for them, what's not working for them, feedback from our parent scholars, those are the students who are being mentored, and then looking at data collection too. So going back to the research, what, if anything, within our own specific program has peer mentoring done for goal attainment, retention, things like that. So this sort of, oh, and then one more thing, sorry. And then there's also more increased projects within our broader student services division on our campus. So not just within our CalWORKs parenting program. So some projects right now that are going on is a parenting student needs assessment, working with our equity and DEI groups, working potentially with our veterans group and student government organizations. So again, these sort of new mini reinventions, kind of a redesign of our programming couldn't have happened without truly listening to our students, hearing what they were saying, them also voicing their concerns and their ideas, and then being open to collaborating with them. So it's been a very exciting year too. So now I would love to transition to our peer mentors, and let's hear from them directly. And first we're going to have Kanara Gavorkian.
Hi everyone, again I am Kanarik Gevorgian. I am a student at Glendale Community College and I am also a student in California State University of Northridge, and I am here to share my story of success being multitasking mom, wife, student and peer mentor. And here is my story. My story starts from 2015 when we have been moved from Armenia to the United States, to the new world, which was full both with joy and happiness and also fears and many, many challenges. I started to battle and I started to learn from my challenges. And every day I was gaining so many things that I was sharing with others. I was learning how to start my college, how to fill out paperwork, how to do my next steps. And I created a dream and goal. My goal was to graduate from Glendale Community College and start a university, and after graduating the university, find a job. And in 2017, I started my education in Glendale Community College Credit Department. And I have a goal to graduate, become an accountant, and then continue. In 2019, being 7 months pregnant with twin babies and having no one besides me, besides my husband, who is going to help me, I applied for the university. In 2020, during the coronavirus time, I received an email that was notifying me that I have been admitted by all the universities that I have applied. So I was going to graduate from Glendale Community College. I have been admitted by the universities, and something was bothering me. And what was that? That was the virus, the coronavirus, and the unknown situation that I didn't know what to do. I used to visit my Glendale Community College's CalWORKs office. I used to ask my question to my counselors, ask my question from my case managers, my friends, and now I am at home. I don't know what to do. I used to it and now it disappeared. And one day when I was in my deepest disappointment, I have received an email from our director, Erin Edwards. And she is inviting us to have a Zoom meeting where she is going to introduce what is going to be the next, what we are going to do. And I was so happy. I joined to the Zoom meeting and I noticed that no, nothing has over. Life is going to continue, even if we are going to do through Zoom, but it's going to continue. And during this very, very nice meeting, our director, Erin Edwards, told us that CalWORKs office is going to hire peer mentors who are going to be CalWORKs students, and they are going to be student workers and help others. So it was very, very interesting for me, and I did my research to find out what is peer mentoring, because that term was very, very new for me. And by doing my research, I realized that, oh, peer mentoring is something that is my nature. I have been someone who like to peer mentoring my friends, my relatives, my neighbors. And I saw the lifeboat. I saw the lifeboat from away in the sea, and I realized that no, I am going to have a new chapter, a new opportunity in my life. And I applied for the job, and I was so happy and glad and successful to be hired as a peer mentor. And I started my new job from 2020 September. And I learned so many things. I learned that our life is going to change and it's not over. We need to start a new chapter and build not just our dreams and goals, but to help others too. My new role as a peer mentor was helping others and be a bridge between students and CalWORKs office, between peer mentors and the parenting scholars who are going to went the same way that I was going to do. As I mentioned, I am one of the first peer mentors in CalWORKs office, and I went through 2 years. And first year for me was a year when I was learning. I was opening new doors for me, and the second year was totally different. Second year was sharing all that I learned, and I was a member in many committees. I was member in peer mentor steering committee, where I was one part of steering committee, which was something new for me. Steering committee is a committee that is preparing the agenda for our peer mentors Wednesday mandatory training meeting. And during this meeting, I learned many new things, many new skills. I also a member of peer mentor hiring committee, where we are hiring new peer mentors who are going to be like I am. I am also a part of mentor guidebook, which was so exciting thing to create. Guidebook is a book for peer mentors who are new in this program, who are going to do the same job as we are doing, but we shared our experience, how we started, what are the most important things to do there, and what we need to know about peer mentoring. I have been also part of accounting career panel committee, and now I'm working on parenting students needs assessment project, which also a great project to help new students and our offices to find out their needs. I can't believe it's me. I have learned so many things and so many new skills. It's not how much we give, but how much love we put into giving. Those are the words of Mother Teresa that I use every time when I'm talking to my parent scholars. I'm trying to put my heart, the huge love in everything that I am giving. And I learned the skills. I learned this personal skills. I learned how to plan during being a steering committee member. I learned planning skills, how to plan upcoming meetings, including all the details by respecting everyone's right and being in scope of ethical in limits. I also learned problem-solving skills, which was new for me. That was skills that taught me steering committee. You need to solve problems that is new for you. You have never faced through those kind of problems. I learned self-confidence, time management skills, also decision-making skills that I learned during being a hiring committee member, where I was hiring my friends. I was part of hiring committee where the interviewers was my friends, the students that I was having classes, but I learned that no, even though they are your friends, you need to make decisions, important decisions, because this is job, not a friendship or something. Also, I developed a big awareness in myself that is going to be with me during all my life. I'm so grateful to be a peer mentor, and my goal as a peer mentor to support others, because CalWORKs office supported me, government is supporting me, and I want to give back to my community. I also want to care for others because other cares for me, and I want to share my care to others and help them to find better solution for them. I share my experience, not just being successful, but also I'm sharing my hard time and how could I overcome them. I also want to keep learning every time, because without learning, we will stay in the same place. So I keep learning. I want to quote also one of my lovely quotes from Mahatma Gandhi: live as if you were to die tomorrow. Learn as if you were to live forever. So I want to enjoy every moment of my life, and also I want to learn in every moment of my life. Thank you for being here, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kanarik. She's amazing. Okay, next we're going to hear from Yelena.
Yes, hi again, everyone. I'm Yelena Morgarian, as I told before. I am GCC CalWORKs student and currently working as peer mentor. And I'm super excited today to be here to tell you my story and to share the path that I'm going through as a first-generation immigrant, as an English learner, and as a parenting student, and last but not least, as a mentor. And of course, to show the direct positive impact of CalWORKs, GCC, and more specifically, peer mentoring program on that process. So how everything started. It was about 2.5 years ago when I moved to a new country with my two toddlers, 1 and 3 years old, where everything is new and was new and unfamiliar for us. And the process of assimilation, full of challenges, difficulties, started. I was figuring out how to collect the pieces of my puzzle, from where to start, from where to go. Though from the very first day of being in this country, we have the support of government, I thought that I better find some job, anything that I can do in order to support my family, not even thinking of education, not even thinking of my own, what I really want to do. Of my own life. So I started to work in an Armenian office, dental office, doing some administrative job, and at the same time I enrolled in GCC, taking medical administrative, non-transferable medical administrative units, not even thinking of pursuing a future career. This and transferring to 4 years institution was something that I could never imagine. So this continued about 6 months, and I was relatively in a stable situation when the pandemic hit. So offices and preschools were closed, which meant to me go back to the spot where I again don't have anything. But as I like to say, in every difficult situation, and nothing happens by coincidence, and everything we experience is meant to happen. And this is exactly, I think, that makes us stronger. Why I think in this situation the same, because this is exactly when I got engaged in my school life, college life more, and get to know meet the CalWORKs, GCC CalWORKs team, and get to know them better. So this was completely another world, full of love, care, support, belief in me, and opened new opportunities and perspectives of life for me. And they encouraged me and made me change my mind about my future in education. And with the help of mentoring and academic and career counseling, I decided to major in sociology and transfer to a 4-year institution. One of the most important opportunities was to get to know that CalWORKs department is hiring new peer mentors, and I was welcome and eligible to apply. So after being interviewed, I got hired, and my new role as a peer mentor started, which I took really very seriously and with great responsibility. So just to sum up where I am now after meeting a GCC CalWORKs team in a short period of time, I'm now, first of all, self-confident person. I'm a peer mentor. I'm a member of steering committee and student parent club. And finally, I'm already transfer student to UC and Cal States. Now, after all, I want to underline the importance of peer mentoring program in the decision-making process of my future. Working as a peer mentor, constantly being in a take and give dynamic, helped me to grow personally, academically, and professionally. Having positive feedback from my peers, all the time listening that happy thank yous with appreciation, the trust that they have towards me inspired me to become a professional social worker or counselor, maybe, to help people like me, to support them in difficult situations. And of course, I have the encouragement and support of my mentors, Karen, Erin, Mirna, and all CalWORKs team all the time. They empowered me, making me believe that I can achieve whatever I want. So day by day, I feel the benefits of mentoring and being mentored. Peer mentoring helped me to build skills that I need today as a parenting student and will definitely need in the future as already parenting professional worker. And I transfer these skills to my peers and now, in fact, empowering both parties. For me, peer mentoring is not just a regular student work because I really enjoy the process of helping others. And finally, it has the magic of discovering your own strengths and talents. As for me, I could never imagine that I'm good at facilitating meetings. But it turns out, according to my, of course, peers and staff's feedback, that I'm doing great on it. And finally, I want to sum up my speech, my story with John Kennedy's quote that we must find time to stop and thank the people who make a difference in our life. And today I just want to say thank you to GCC CalWORKs team who supports me in every respect. And I'm really fortunate to have the counseling and mentoring that I receive from you all the time. Thank you.
Ooh, okay. Thank you, Yelena. Yelena is one of the students that I mentor. Again, one of our amazing peer mentors. And next, we're going to hear from Armanuhi.
Hello again, everyone. I'm Armanuhi, and as I already mentioned, I am a GCC CalWORKs student, and I'm a brand new peer mentor. So being a brand new peer mentor at Glendale Community College, I would like to speak about my journey from a stay-at-home parent scholar to a confident and working parenting student. Imagine a family moving to the United States 3 years ago with a newborn baby, with no relatives or friends here in the US. I did not have an opportunity to study or work here because I was the one who had to take care of our newborn son as well as to do the housework. So, and we all know that whatever kind of person you are, we all get used to staying at home, and there comes a moment when we stop believing in ourselves and we really need someone to motivate us. So it was already during COVID, fall of 2020, that I eventually made up my mind to begin taking child development courses in Glendale Community College. However, I was so confused. I did not know what the steps are, how everything works, whether I was on the right path or not. And here is where it all began to change. How it changed? It was just a call from my peer mentor, Margarita. Being a skeptic person, I did not believe that there was someone who would really help me. But she was persistent and kept asking questions, which revealed that I actually was confused and had lots of unanswered questions regarding my study process. So we kept talking for almost 2 hours. I did not know that person. I have never met her before, and I did not even think that a peer mentor can help me with all my issues. However, it turned out that I had so many issues that only for the first time we talked for 2 hours. Margarita worked with me for more than a year, and what she was doing all the time was proving to me that I'm actually stronger than I think. She was motivating me, making me believe in myself, and keeping up to push me. Yes, sometimes there are people who need to be literally pushed in order to overcome challenges and believe in themselves, like me. Besides supporting me all the time, always being there for me, she was also motivating me to apply for peer mentoring job at Glendale Community College because, as she used to tell me, she saw the potential in me, so she wanted me to become part of that big supportive family she was in. Every time there was an opening, I was getting a call from her, asking me to apply, and it was the January of 2022 that I was eventually eligible to apply for peer mentoring job, being a one-year student at Glendale Community College. So Margarita kept sending me the announcement, sending me the application form, and following up with my progress. She was continuously telling me, like, you will definitely be hired. I don't have any doubt. And she was right. I got hired. It's also worth to mention that this was the first job interview in the United States. I underline this fact because it means a lot for me to get hired after the first interview in a new country. That gave me a profound experience and lots of confidence. I'm beyond lucky to be part of this big family where I found so many wonderful people who are always there to support me, offer their help, and show me that I'm not alone. They are continuously sharing their experience and motivating me to look forward all the time. Just keep swimming. This is what I learned from my wonderful team all the time. Thank you for your attention. That was my story. Thank you.
Ooh, okay, Armanuhi, thank you so much. Again, another beautiful story. And last but definitely not least, we will hear from Marina.
Thank you, Karen. Hello again. As I said before, my name is Marina. I am happy to be mother, student, and peer mentor of the first cohort. Also, I am a first-generation immigrant in my family. We came to the US 4.5 years ago without any relatives here, without knowing the language, with only $3,000 that we borrowed from our friends. Our money ran out as soon as we paid the first month's rent and bought 3 beds to sleep. So my husband and I were ready to do everything for our family to survive from the first days of our stay here. With all this, we did not have any career ambitions for ourselves. and we thought that our careers were over as soon as we left our motherland. So at age 40, I started my life from the scratch. Here you can see my children, Karen and Natalie. They inspire me every day and give motivation to my life. We were lucky to discover the CalWORKs program and applied for it. The benefits provided by this program were vital to us, but staying in the program required the fulfillment of certain responsibilities. I was so happy with the benefits, but doing the extra obligations was stressful. And to be honest, my first reaction was more negative than positive. Not knowing the language and local rules, I was afraid of doing something wrong or missing important documentations that we constantly received from the government. All this was an additional burden for me, but at the same time, we could not stay without benefits, and therefore we could not quit the program. We had to follow the rules and have the activities, work and study. So in January 2018, we signed up for non-credit classes and started our education. I started my non-credit ESL classes from the second level. Every day I walked 5 or 6 miles from home to my children's school and college, and then the same way back. To my surprise, I was drawn into the learning process. I found a new community in a college and met many classmates who were like me immigrants. We are still friends with many of them. The CalWORKs office has become my lifeline in any difficult situation, especially with CalWORKs documentations. I went there almost every day with various questions, and each time I was surrounded by care and willingness to help. What at first seemed like a heavy burden for me became accessible and understandable thanks to the work of the CalWORKs office. I was so used to the environment and atmosphere of non-credit Garfield campus that when it was time to transfer to the credit campus, to be honest, I really didn't want to do it. The campus became my home, which I had to leave again. But I knew at sure that when we get out from our comfort zone, we find the way to the next goal. And I needed to move forward. So my next destination was credit classes on the Verdugo campus. A lot of difficult things happened during my educational journey that could have stopped me, but I moved forward like a tank. In any moment of disappointment and despair, and there were many of them, I could turn for advice and real help from my CalWORKs staff. My case manager, Pamela Rosas, was the first person to praise my English, and I was amazed at how my English improved, that she understood me. Of course, I later realized that not my English was good enough, but our counselors learned how to understand our broken language. But at that time, her praise was so important to me. Every week, there was a delicious lunch in the office, and we are hurried to go there after the classes. It was a good time. CalWORKs is doing everything to create a community for its parenting students. As a CalWORKs student, I had many priorities, and I moved along the educational ladder in the right direction. In September 2019, I found my first work-study job on a campus in a non-credit division and worked until COVID hit. In the spring of 2020, like many other students, I lost my job. After losing my job in March, I had no hope of finding a new work study during the pandemic, but I really need money. Suddenly in September 2020, I received an email that CalWORKs hired students from student parents. Of course, my reaction was immediate. I filled out the application and was called for the interview, the first for me in the US. A few days later, I saw the bright light in the end of the tunnel when I knew that CalWORKs hired me. I was overly happy, but only one thing bothered me. I was hired as a peer mentor, but I could not understand what it was to be a mentor, and I did not even find a clear definition in the dictionary. I'm probably not being modest if say that peer mentoring is one of the best CalWORKs projects, and I can constantly prove it with my story of success. Peer mentoring gave me the opportunity for career growth with the improvement of my professional and personal qualities. I said in the beginning that I had no ambitions for my own career growth, but mentoring gave me confidence in my abilities. And now I have goals for my own career. I cannot list how much work our staff has done to make us professional mentors for other parenting students. We not only receive instructions on how to help students, but we receive professional training for our own careers. Peer mentoring constantly improves our skills. During the week, we are busy with all kinds of projects. I can say with confidence that peer mentoring is a job that you can never get tired of because it is never repeated. It is incredible, but having certain limits and borders that we cannot violate, and at the same time, we have freedom in actions and in our schedule. Every week, we have weekly meetings, discussions, and share the news with each other. We are learning many new skills. For example, I have an incredible fear of public speaking. And through these projects, I constantly challenging myself to do so. I remember my first committee with our academic counselor, Mirna Nahara. We organized a great workshop for our students who are interested in an accounting career. I remember that I cried after that workshop from the stress, but I was also incredibly proud of the work we had done. Since the beginning of this semester, I have been lucky to be on the peer mentoring steering committee, and this is a great opportunity to practice my leadership skills. As a member of this committee, I'm representing students' voices in important peer mentoring decisions. I'm also a member of the Student Parent Club, and we are working on organizing important events for parenting students. In a word, I'm busy with all kinds of interesting projects. An active role in peer mentoring is a key to our future success. And by helping our students, we are helping ourselves. At one moment, I realized that I was not the same that I was 3 years ago. That Marina, who had no hopes of arranging her personal career, is now claiming more. Marina, who considered it an achievement for herself to take non-credit classes, now applied for the university. I approached the transfer line with a well-prepared base. Peer mentoring gave me a professional base of communication skills, public speaking skills, presentation preparation, project management, working in a committees, a leadership. I did not notice how gradually, without training, I was brought from an unsure student to a transfer point. On June 10, we will have a graduation, huge event. CalWORKs invites its current and former graduates with their families to celebrate their great achievements. And it is very touching and important for students that CalWORKs continues to take care of us even after graduating from college. CalWORKs creates for us a community, and this is its great power. This is exactly how this program works, purposefully, professionally, without unnecessary pressure. And if you trust and follow your CalWORKs, then the result is guaranteed. I remember my life 4.5 years ago, when from the despair and stress of separation from my motherland and relatives, there was a continuous downpour and strong thunderstorm in my heart. From that time, CalWORKs became for me like a good parent who opened a life-saving umbrella to protect me from the life storms. Under that protection, I went through difficult and challenging path from my first certificate to the moment of transferring to the university. As a good parent, CalWORKs helped me survive emotionally. Thanks to this professional and effective care, a clear, sunny day has come into my life. And now I'm more confident, strong, knowledgeable, and therefore independent. Mentoring is a brain to pick, an ear to listen, and push in the right direction. And it worked for me 100%. Thank you to everyone who participated in the pushing me process. If not for you, I would never have achieved what I have now. I want to add my special thanks to my meta mentor, Irene Edwards. Something incredible happened yesterday. I received a letter in the evening that I am a winner of the Assistance League of Glendale Scholarship for re-entry students. I was selected from the whole college. I can't believe, but it happens. I'm so touched that this 2000 seems to me like I won $2 million because it is for the effort I have put into my education. I have always fulfilled my responsibilities as a mother and student and never thought that I was doing something special. It was Erin who taught me to appreciate what I'm doing. And if not Erin, I would not sign up for this scholarship. She constantly taught me that this is very important to share your story, to spark others. As a leader, she's a role model and a guru to me. And her leadership style constantly inspires and surprises me. Being my mentor, she somehow managed to discover new talents that I never knew before. But the most important thing is that she gave or maybe returned me to me. This is the power that I received from my CalWORKs. This is all I want to share with you today. Thank you for being here.
Marina, ooh. Okay. Thank you so much to our 4 amazing peer mentors. Is Mirna still on the call? I'm sorry.
I'm right here. I'm
Okay,
like,
okay, you're taking a moment. Yeah, maybe we take a moment. Some
Yes.
deep breath too. Woo!
That was not part, that was not rehearsed. So this was a total surprise. Wow, thank you. Before we take any questions or comments, I do want to, say the following. After listening to our wonderful students today, not only does it, give us mixed emotions, but also those wonderful tears of joy. Their work, their dedication through our projects during the peer mentoring program have really created who they are now. So on behalf of my colleagues, we want to thank you all for being here today and taking the time to listen to our students. Our CalWORKs Peer Mentoring 2.0, collaborate, listen, back with the new invention. If that doesn't give you any hints, I can't promise you, but I can affirm or cannot affirm that there will be a part 3. So hopefully we can be here again together next year and introducing, what has happened in the past year. Hopefully we can bring back our current students and present on their experiences as university students. So thank you once again. I do have information for you. In the next slide, we have our contact information. We have the link to our CalWORKs Parents Program and also our Peer Mentors Program page. You will find information for, of course, our CalWORKs program and our Peer Mentors. If you want to learn a little bit more about their roles and, you can find that information there as well. And also we have a slide of our references that we used that Karen referenced during our research when we were trying to create this program here. And we continue to, create. When we started this, Erin mentioned we're building the bike. We've already built the tandem bike. Part 3 might be, I don't know, adding a shade, or maybe adding the umbrella that Marina shared. New surprises, new ideas coming our way. And so we want to thank you. And now we want to take questions or comments. We do have some comments here regarding our presentation. And yes, we will share that information. I believe there is a link. You can click that, open that, and submit your information just to help us stay organized and get that information out to you as soon as possible. So if there's any questions, I'm going to go through the chat and see if there's any questions. I know a lot of thank yous and inspirational stories from our students. So if you want to share anything, you could unmute yourself or maybe raise your hand and then we can call you one by one, or you can enter it in the chat. Then I will read what's in the chat. Awesome job. Thank you for sharing. Congratulations, everyone, to your great presentation. Okay, let me see. I'm going down the list.
Mirna, I
Yes.
see Ana Sylvia
Yes.
has a hand up.
Go ahead.
Sylvia, go ahead.
Hi, great presentation. Thank you.
Thank
At my
you.
college, we've been trying to do something similar for years. We did something years back for probationary students. But my question to you is 2 questions. What curriculum did you use? Did you develop something prior to bringing on your committee for that first year? And then you said you used CalWORKs work study funds, which is what we have considered as well. However, I believe that it doesn't cover summer for our students. How did you train? Because I'm trying to develop something and I'm thinking the best time would be to work with my my scholars during the summer to prepare them for the following academic year, fall. But how does that work with your work study? Because I've been told that that's not possible.
Okay, so Erin Edwards, our director, is on the call, so she can answer the work study question. But regarding your curriculum question, we kind of just winged it. If I'm being totally honest, we kind of just winged it. Anna, if you want to reach out to Mirna, myself, and Erin directly, we can kind of give you some more guidance. But we did meet with the existing peer mentoring program on our campus, and they had been in existence for 10+ years, but they work with students transitioning from high school. So that's not our population, right? So we kind of used some of that, but we just really thought about, and then working with our peer mentor too, like what kind of training do you need? We pulled some from the research. I think that piece about having that quality logistical support, and then building empathy, building trust. We read a lot of Brene Brown about trust.
Oh yeah, I use that in my book. That's one of the books
So
I
that's
use in my
kind of what we
class.
do with the curriculum. Yeah, but I'll let Erin answer the work study question.
So there's no chancellor's office rule that you cannot employ CalWORKs students during the summer and winter terms. So it might be a local rule that you have at your college. But if that's your rule, I would work with your financial aid director and your career center, whoever's involved with work study, explain why there's a need to employ CalWORKs students in the summer and winter, and then go ahead and set it up. The rule used to be that students needed to be enrolled in at least one unit during the summer to do work study, but I believe that the chancellor's office has even, gotten rid of that rule. As long as the student is enrolled for the upcoming fall, you can use your work study money to employ them during the summer.
Yeah, winter has never been an issue, but we've been told that once that June 30th hits, because there's no budget, that's where it's at. But I will double check, appreciate it. And then Myrna, I've already sent you an email. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we'll get back to you. I see a new comment here. I don't see any hands. So would you like me to read it, Susanna, or would you like to?
Can you read it, please?
Sure. CalWORKs program gave me a huge support, financial, informational, psychological, and self-development. I will never forget it. Thank you so much to my brave co-workers for their inspiring stories. Thank you, Susanna, for sharing this. And I think this is one of the great outcomes of our peer mentors. We created this family, this unity, all in a remote environment. And I think our worries of spring 2020, yeah, they're no longer worries. I'm still emotional because we're seeing all these peer mentors growing and transferring. And like Marina shared, she didn't see herself, where she is now. And one of the things that when I talk to my students is, talk to that person you were 5 years ago and guide her into the next 5 years. Where were you? Where do you see yourself now? And in 5 years, what is that vision? It's a process. And today, I think the theme throughout our conference is one, getting to know yourself, being appreciative of yourself, knowing who you are. And I know that from now on, I will introduce myself as I am Mirna Nájera, not my name. It's I am, an affirmation, being positive. So I hope those of you who have questions, you could definitely reach out to us, Karen, me, or Erin as well. And once again, I want to thank you all for being here and giving us the space and allowing us to, share this experience with you. Thank you.
Thank you.
everyone. Yeah, thank you for everyone for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Have a great day, ladies.
Bye, Tatiana. Bye,
Bye,
Catherine.
Brandon.
Bye, Cosmic. Bye, Ani.
Bye-bye. Thank you so much.
Bye, Sharon.